Good morning, good morning. Happy Friday. It is 10:15 a.m. and I'm just now sitting down to breakfast. Not because I just got out of bed, but because Gracie had a vet appointment at 8:30 this morning, so I have been out of the house nice and early, and we are back. She has her health certificate so she can fly. Happy, happy day. Here's breakfast. Light English muffin, 3 points, because Walmart no longer had the high fiber ones. No problem. Fat-free Kraft single for 0 points. 1 piece of Canadian bacon, 0 points. 5 tablespoons egg whites, 0 points. 2 eggs. 1 egg, 2 points. So it's 5 smart points total. And we will see if the real chives make a difference. I used real chives instead of the freeze-dried ones. So there's that. And today, the only thing on the real agenda is to go to the gym, and then we might be going to an event down the street from our house for like a Battle of the Bands thing. I don't know. That hasn't been determined yet. We will see what the day brings us. You guys, I had a truly depressing realization today. So while I was at the gym, something inspired me to go back and check on all of the weight loss progress and whatnot that I had had throughout the years since the beginning, since I've been using the Weight Watchers app for ages and ages, and I've been using the same account anyway. The app might have not been around when I started, but it was like back in 2008, 2009. So it's been a long time, right? So as I was scrolling through things and watching my weight go up and down and up and down and up and down, I discovered that I have been fighting the same 4 pounds up and down and up and down for 2 years. Like 2 years in April. What the crap? Oh my gosh. So this tells me 2 things. One, clearly I have not been trying hard enough if I have not successfully lost or even like overly gained for 2 years straight. But 2, this tells me that as long as I stick on plan-ish, like I've been doing and kind of half-assing it, I will be able to maintain whatever weight I get down to. Because for 2 years, I've maintained the same 4 pounds, up and down, which is fine when you're at your goal. I couldn't even believe it. I was like, seriously, this has been the scale and this number and me have been in a war for 2 years now. How depressing. And I was also able to go back and figure out like when I hit my goal, which I knew, and when the weight gain started and what sparked the weight gain. Like I could tell by the dates what the issue was. And it all really started when we went to Japan. That's when it really started. Yeah. What a depressing realization. Honestly. Other than, there's a gray cloud coming, which is not good because we're planning on going to an event that's outside. I'm just watching it. I'm like, oh, look at the beautiful blue sky and then that gray cloud coming through. Anyway, I've had a really hard time like moving today. I got to the gym and I'm at 14,000 something steps. I'm super close to my step bet goal for the day, which is awesome. And then I only have tomorrow, and then Sunday is a day of rest. Hallelujah, happy day. And I'm about to go make dinner because my husband's not getting home till 7:15, and technically this event started at like 5:30. It's, a 5-minute walk. It's not far. So he's just going to have a frozen meal for dinner rather than me cooking and then us having to sit down and eat together. But I'm making one of those amazing burgers that I bought because he's not interested in the burger. So I'm like, that's fine. I will happily eat this myself. And I just went on a massive produce run. And I'm going to, I'll show you what I do with it once I make it. But I just wanted to sit down and make sure I told you my really depressing realization. Like, it's one of the several things that like put me in a weird mood. I'm in a very weird mood. And that's one of the reasons I was like, ugh. That's just, terrible. And then, I can't decide how to feel about this. So, I don't know if you guys have seen, but back in October, I released my year with an IUD video, and I talked about my experience with Miranda because I figured other people would want to know, which is true because there are over 10,000 views on that video. And today somebody commented on it, not on my use of the IUD, but on the fact that I said I didn't want to have children. And this woman was like, you know, if your marriage fails and then your family is all going to die and you're going to die alone. And I was just like, I sat there for a second and I was like, if your marriage fails. And I just wanted to be like, woman, my marriage is not going to fail. Like, Mr. and I agreed at the beginning of this that divorce was never an option. It is not an option that's on the table ever, will not happen ever. Like, we are in this for life, through thick, thin, sickness, health, whatever the good Lord throws at us. And I just was like, no offense to any of you that are divorced, but I was like, is that what society has come to now? The expectation is almost more so that you will end up divorced than with a marriage that stays through life? Is that really what society is now? And if so, that's really depressing. So I'm sitting there, like, trying to figure out if I should be offended by this or not, which I don't think I am. I'm just kind of more baffled than anything. I'm just like, really? Really? And then I'm like, and who are you? Without knowing my story. I mean, most of you guys know, those of you that take the time to watch me and know me, understand the reasons behind me not wanting to have children. And with the medical stuff, wow, it's really getting dark. The medical stuff and all that jazz, like, it makes sense for what my husband and I want in life and what we want to avoid in life. That's primarily on my medical part. But she don't know me. And I was just like, so I even told her, I was like, you don't know the situation. You don't know my medical history. You don't know blah, 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 blah. Oh, and I'm like, so keep your opinion about whether or not I should have children to yourself. Oh, and by the way, my husband and I are not ending our marriage ever. I feel like maybe that happened to her and she's bitter about it. But again, no offense to anybody who did have a marriage that ended. But I was just like, so then that happened. And so that was that put a bad taste in my mouth. And then I need to reach out to somebody at a company that I've worked with before that I'm trying to decide if I really want to rekindle a relationship with or not. I kind of do, but I kind of don't want to be like, hey, I'm back. So I can't decide what to do there. But then a light in my day, oh my gosh, this is hurting my arm so bad. A light in my day is I went over to my parents' house to go see my niece for a little bit. And while I was out and about on errands, and I walk in and little baby's just sitting on the floor and she sees me and she just looks at me for a second and this big smile comes across her face and she immediately starts crawling over to me. And it was just the best greeting. It was, oh my gosh, she made my day. I was like, well, clearly if I ever need a boost in my confidence and self-worth, I just need to come and see Alice, because that little girl made me feel like the most important person on the face of the planet while I was there. And I was just like, thank you, my little 9-month-old goddaughter. Thank you. So that made me happy. So I'm a whole roller coaster of don't know what to feel right now. But that's okay. I'm going to go make my dinner because I'm hungry. Here it is, guys. So I have the burger here, which is 9 points. And then all I'm doing is, instead of a bun, I'm going to wrap it in some lettuce. And I'm just going to like cut off pieces and eat as I go. And I have tomatoes over here. And I'm going to put a little bit of mustard on it. So the only thing I'm paying for is the burger itself.